Hey, welcome back to the Passive Buddies podcast. And today is going to be, if you're starting out, this is going to be crucial for you guys because when you're starting out and the money isn't coming in, it's how do you stay motivated? How do you keep going in times when it's not going ding, 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 full of commissions or full of paychecks or anything like that? So today we're going to cover how to stay motivated when the money isn't coming in. As usual, I have my co-host Brandon Duffy here, who's nice and chilled out, nice and relaxed, and we're going to talk you exactly how to get there, okay, and how to stay motivated. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great. I just came back from a nice vacation. I'm well rested, so like you said, I'm chilling. I'm ready to go on this one. This is a very important topic. I know that a lot of people that are just starting, maybe are working a 9 to 5, and they're trying to start that side hustle, and they just don't have those commissions or sales coming in, and it can be deflating. And they might think, is it even worth it to keep going? And we're going to go over why you should and how to keep motivated when the money isn't coming in. So I like to give myself, what a lot of people should do is give themselves rewards for hitting smaller goals. A lot of people shoot too high. They shoot for, say, making $1 million a year or making $100,000 a year when they should be focusing on smaller goals. Maybe hitting $100 in their first week, maybe hitting $1,000 of recurring income. So hitting these smaller goals to allow them to continue to progress into their next phase of whatever that is. If that's hitting then 100,000 a year, if that's hitting $1 million a year, make sure to create smaller goals to keep you motivated to push towards that bigger goal.
And I think that's right, isn't it? It's like, obviously, because when a lot of conversations I have about people who want to start a side hustle and make money, the first thing they say is, I want to hit 10K a month. That is literally right. I want that. Okay, fine. Not a problem. But how much money have you made online in the first place? Well, nothing. Okay, well, 10K a month is the goal. That is absolutely fine. That's a long-term goal. But for now, to keep you motivated, how much would an extra 500, an extra $500 this month be to you? Well, yeah, that'd be good. Or how much would an extra 1,000 or 2,000? Yeah, okay. Would you be happy with that? No one's going to say no, are they? Like, if you've come from a certain set standard in terms of income, and hey, here's an extra $2,000, everyone's going to be woohoo. So breaking down those smaller goals, like Brandon said, and said, right, okay, well, if you've never ever generated a lead online, never generated a sale online, okay, let's get you to a position where you've made your first dollar, then 500, then 1,000. And that doesn't have to take as long as what some people say, or it could be short. It depends on you. But give yourself the acknowledgement, the recognition, and even to the point when when you haven't made your first dollar yet, you've generated 10 conversations, or you've generated, I think, X amount of views or X amount of followers, etc. Now, what do you call these?
Lead indicators versus lag indicators.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut up because you've got sexier words than me, and I'm going to let you take the lead on lag.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of people, like, your lag indicators are how much money you're going to make. So they're not going to happen until they're going to lag until you meet these lead indicators. So typically what you're doing is, with a lead indicator, you're trying to get, say, for instance, you want to make $100,000 a year. So you need, 84 people selling at $100 a month, recurring, to make $100,000 a year. So that'd be like your lag indicator, is you need those numbers. But in order to hit, 84 sales at $100 a month, you need to talk to, whatever your conversion rate is. So let's just say that you will talk to 100 people a day. You close at 1%, which is very, 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 very low. And you make one sale a day. After 84 days, you're going to be able to make that $100,000 a month, or not a month, but a year. Obviously, it's a little bit more. It's only $8,400 a month to make $100,000 a year. I think it is. I think that's a little bit above, but that's the numbers that come out. So you need to figure out how many people you need to talk to, what your conversion rates are, and these are all KPIs, so your key performance indicators. And so you can pretty much figure out how many people you need to talk to a day, how many people you need to add a day on your email list to figure out your conversion rates. And then from there, those are going to be your lag indicators after that, which is now making $100,000 a year. So lead indicators are, like I said, how many people you need to talk to, what those conversion rates are to meet those numbers. So then you need to make a couple these many posts a day to get those many conversations or those many people to add you to start that sales process. And then that's what indicates how much you can actually make. So breaking it down into smaller goals so that you know that you can actually convert. And I mean, that's why I love this book so much, is because I pretty much put down like I need to talk to 150 people. Of those people, I'm going to make 20 offers a day. And then from there, I'm going to make, X amount of sales. So in doing so, you're creating these smaller goals. You're taking a big goal and breaking them up into smaller goals so you can hit those KPIs.
Absolutely love it. So in terms of like, you've talked about obviously the lead indicators, the KPIs, and hitting your numbers. Break down like in terms of when you get started, what numbers and percentages you'll be looking at in terms of leads to conversions, and then when you get a bit more established, what could you expect a little bit? Like, give us your estimation on those numbers.
It really depends on your market, who you're talking to, your offer. So there's a lot of different variables. I know that some, say for instance, you are doing like a two-step order form or a two-step, which is you're getting people to raise their hand, you're giving them valuable information, and then you're essentially getting them onto, say, join a phone call or something like that. A lot of people can close at 10 to 40% over the phone. So if you have a good sales team that can close really, really high, your numbers don't need to be as huge in a sense, because if you're closing at 40%, then that's really, really good. If you're trying to do, say, organic, and you have an affiliate offer and your conversion rate is 1 to 3%, that's pretty low. But with affiliate marketing, I mean, you're trying to push as much traffic as possible that are qualified pieces of qualified traffic. I don't know why I say pieces of traffic, but qualified traffic. So people that would qualify to actually want to purchase that. So it really depends. I think starting out, you're going to be very, very low. Well, I know starting out, you're going to be very, very low because one, you haven't done your market research. You probably don't know what problems and solutions people need to be able to offer a solution to them. You are not probably going to have systems that are congruently giving the same message to the same people or nurturing them. So all those numbers really just depend. I would say a good conversion rate's about 10%. That's pretty, I would say pretty high, pretty standard. But again, it really just depends. So like for me, before I go into this month, or not into this month, before we leave for the week, I had a goal to add 20 people this week to our inner circle. And so I would need to talk to, where's my notes? On the spot, geez. So get my goal for this month, I guess, is to add 10,000 new emails to our CRM. I want this goal because we need more leads, which then allows us to close more deals, which then allows us to increase our recurring income. So I need to get 80 inner circle members. This will allow us to start scaling and running ads, which then this week objective is to get, I put 4 this week. So that's 1 kind of every other day, which for the month will give me the 20 that I want. Not 20, but 16 to 20 is kind of the goal. And then I can pretty much scale our business from doing that. So really, I mean, if you break it down, say, so I needed to have 100 conversations. I needed to add 100 people, make 20, 20 offers in the day to reach that one offer a day. And so allowing us to do that, or one sale a day. And to do that, I'll need to pretty much add 2,000 people to my Facebook a month. And after about 10,000 people, I can pretty much be at that number of closing 80 deals. So it seems pretty easy. I mean, it is pretty easy. I mean, I added like, I think 23 last month. So my goal was to add 20 for each month, and we hit 23. So not too bad.
Nice. So in terms of all these numbers that like Brandon's throwing out now, if you listen to the podcast or the YouTube version, like it's hard to listen to numbers and then try and work it out. So for you guys, Brandon only knows this information, and this is why through every marketer, we only know our numbers because we document and we learn. So for instance, like hit a goal, like for instance, if you want to make a sale a week, like go and, as you say, if you're on Facebook, or like go and try and get 100 conversations a day. That sounds a lot, or 50 conversations a day. Like go and work that out, okay, and track everything. Get yourself a Google sheet, get yourself an Excel sheet. Is that right? Data, how many people added, how many conversations started. Try and get to 50 conversations a day. And then from there, you will see how many conversations you generated over a month, how many phone calls you had, to how many sales. And that will then give you the numbers, the benchmark numbers that you can then work from to go, right, okay, I know it only took me 25 conversations a day to hit my income goal. Perfect. Okay. So let's go for 30 conversations, and let's try and generate those 30 conversations per day. And they can be generated in different ways. So for instance, like they can be generated.
So I'll actually share my screen real quick.
Oh, this is going to be interesting, guys. If you're watching the podcast version, obviously take a note of what time it was, and then go watch the YouTube version.
Let's see here. So this is my lead magnet that I'm building out right now, but build up to 1,000 true fans, add 20 to 50 people highly targeted a day, groups that have real discussions going on, add posts that come onto the feed, other suggested friends, spend about 15 minutes twice a day going through your feed, engaging. So pretty much what I do is I add with our Facebook CRM, all of these people. So you have Trello, like you said, I have a different version. It's our Facebook CRM. And so I'll add them and put them on to tags. So I'll send an automatic message to people in the group into a group, and I'll automatically send them a message using our bulk messenger. So it will say their person's name. Let me go right here. And hey name, you need anything from me at the moment? Oh, this was our inner circle. I'm putting together 2 pieces of content that's going to pretty much detailed. So I'll send these messages automatically to people in the group or whatever, or into our free group. So welcome to the Boring Passive Income. How do you like it so far? So essentially what I'm doing is adding 20 to 50 people that are highly targeted into a message them a day. I'm going to be spending 15 minutes messaging. I'll post during high traffic areas, and then follow up, and then using ultimately our CRM tool to track all those messages. You can use a Google Doc, you can use a CRM tool, you can use whatever those numbers are to hit those KPIs. And then you want to do things that move the needle. And so if you have 57 people at a price tag of 147, it takes to hit 6 figures. 57 times 147 equals 8,379 a month. At 12 months, that's about $100,000 a year. So if you add 100 new people a day at 4 times in a week, you're getting 2,000 new leads. So if you close 3% of those 2,000 people, you'll have 60 new subscribers to your inner circle, which is over that 57 users a month, or 57 users to hit 100,000. So pretty much that's how I wrote it down in the lead magnet. So if you guys want this down, check out a link down below, but or watch this YouTube video if you are in the YouTube forum, or if you're the podcast, comment down below and we'll give you access to that. Let me stop sharing my screen. But those are kind of the numbers that I wrote down that you can ultimately use. It only, like I said, you really don't need that many people to make $100,000 a year, especially if you're doing a recurring product.
Uh, that just blows me away. So obviously the breakdown of the numbers, obviously, guys, this is all about, like, it's not that difficult. So it seems that way when you first start, and it is when you first start, but when you break down the numbers and you hit your lead indication goals, those lead indication goals will help keep you motivated until the money rolls in, which is the sole purpose of this, guys. You need to work out your numbers, which means you need to give yourself some lead goals, which then will turn into money eventually, guys, and then keep pushing. Okay, so use your lead goals to, right, I got those 50 conversations today, great, I feel good, I'll relax in the garden now because I know I've hit my goals, and keep going with that until that money rolls in. And then the money, don't ever dry up on your lead goals, because that will always fuel your money goals, and will always fuel the income that comes in, but use it to leverage as your motivator until it starts flowing.
Yep. And then ultimately just keep refining the process. Like if you realize that that the way you structure this content versus this content, or how you had this conversation and these kind of sentences worked really well to convert someone versus these ones kind of got a meh kind of answer, then you remember that and take notes and make that 80-20 rule of figuring out what works 80% of the time, that, or 20% of the time, that gives you 80% of your results. So make sure you're constantly documenting. That way you can see what works, what doesn't, that keeps you motivated so that you can keep earning more money.
Absolutely love it. Final thoughts? Or were they your final thoughts?
Yeah, no, I would say just don't get frustrated. Start, if things aren't working, change them up. Don't be afraid to change them up, and document the whole process. Because if you realize, oh, you know, I'm spending 20 minutes or an hour or 3 hours a day scrolling through Facebook, that's where your problem area is, and probably why you're not making money. So if you can have goals and see what works and what doesn't, and write down what is working, you can compound in 2x on, you can keep double down on the things that are working so that you can continuously make money. And then, I mean, that's what a marketer does, is constantly tests. So if you're constantly testing and constantly seeing what works, you're going to ultimately make a lot of money.
Absolutely love it, guys. So this is a crucial episode, and so please do, if you need to go back and rewatch it, go grab the YouTube version. There will be a link for what Brandon was showing on YouTube, so we'll go grab that, guys. Like, comment, follow, subscribe, give us some feedback, let us know what you need help with so we can tailor these towards you, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Peace.